Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we take a moment to remember one of Eastern Kentucky's iconic radio legends. And the Harlan County Black Bears were able to come back victorious with a historic win.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 a.m. on Monday, March 25th. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. You can see in the night vision mode the illuminated full moon highlighting the skies this morning. A scattering of clouds, and it's mild with that southerly wind, 41. And we're going to keep things on the mild side today, and that breeze will increase a bit. So that means an elevated fire risk again today before we deal with showers and perhaps a thunder shower coming in overnight tonight and during the course of Tuesday. Once that system is out of here, guess what? We get back to the sunshine, but it's cool to wrap up the work week. Check out the temps early this morning. We're basically in the mid and upper 30s into the 40s minus Monticello. You're at 53. All right, satellite weather composite. There are the clouds. Radar returns. Don't worry about it because it's so dry close to the ground, everything's drying up. As you check out the hour-by-hour forecast as we head through today, you'll indeed notice the fact that we do have the opportunity for a partly sunny sky. And hold on one second. We'll keyboard it ahead. And for some reason, it's not going through. Here we go. We'll do it manually anyhow. Here we go. Mother Nature. Partly sunny as we head through the day today, and a forecast high up to 73 in Hazard. We'll time out the showers hour by hour with your future view forecast coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. Friends and family gathered in Harlan to celebrate the life of radio icon James Little Jim Morgan. WYMT's RJ Johnson has more on the life he lived and the legacy he leaves behind.
Throughout his life, Little Jim Morgan impacted several people. Chris Wheeler served as the youth pastor at Harlan Christian Church, where Morgan was active and served in several roles during his life.
Got to know Jim through our connection here at the church, and his love and his character being both larger than life was what really drew me towards him and his friendship.
He says Morgan was always there for people, whether it be through the 1977 floods, which him and his father won a Peabody Broadcasting Award for, or through his church and his love for cars.
You know, the thing that I admire most about him was his willingness to help anyone out, no matter what their need was, whether it be at the radio station or here at the church. You know, he loved to love on people.
Especially through laughter.
He called it synergy. I like to joke around too, and his contagious laugh and his big personality and his voice is just unmatched.
Wheeler says the support from the community just shows the impact that he had on it.
I think during times like this, we reach out to friends and family for support, and the outpouring that I have personally seen both on social media and just conversations. Jim was definitely loved, and he was thought about and cared for. And just, again, the outpouring from the community is just second to none of the love that they had for him and his family.
Saying he will carry the memories forever.
You know, God gives us a beautiful thing called memories, and through that we never forget. And things are sad at times, and we miss Jim, but we also rejoice knowing where he's at.
In Harlan, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Morgan is survived by his wife, 3 kids, and 5 grandchildren. He was 74 years old. People in the Jellicoe community were treated to free medical assistance courtesy of the remote area medical clinic. Earlier this month, the Jellicoe community saw their hospital and emergency room close, which limited their accessibility to medical assistance. Remote Area Medical Set hosted their annual clinic at Jellicoe High School to offer free dental, vision, and medical services. Brad Hutchins says these clinics serve as a way to fill the gaps and help community members in need.
This occurs at a time when it just creates additional need. So we're just happy that we're able to be here, to be able to fill those gaps within the communal health care that specifically this community and neighboring communities are facing.
Hutchins says being the resource that is available to the community is the most important thing as they strive to make health care more accessible. After a historic trip to Rupp Arena, the Harlan County Black Bears are back in the region. WYMT's Jack Demler has more on the community impact.
A historic journey that brought the Black Bears to their first ever state championship was capped off with a historic celebration right back here at home.
Just super proud of these kids, this community, how everybody's came together. You know, it's just mountain pride, man. I mean, these kids showed it all week, and we just really appreciate everybody that put this together in our hometown of Harlan County.
From the band to the cheerleaders to the basketball team, the legends that left their marks on the history books of Harlan County were honored with a celebration unlike any other.
I truly believe we have the best people, the best fan base. At Rupp Arena, it was just incredible the way that we filled that place. At the Corbin Arena, it was just incredible. And then we got to host a district tournament, and that was just surreal as well. But yeah, just a huge shout out to the community of Harlan County and all that they do for us.
A celebration that even honored them as legends and gave head coach Kyle Jones the title of an honorary coal miner.
This is the most precious award I've ever gotten. I got so much respect for people that work in the coal mines or around the coal mines. They are legends. In Eastern Kentucky, if kids accomplish big things in athletics like they did, they'll be remembered forever.
For our name and our basketball team to be mentioned with the word legend is just super humbling, and it's just a thrill for us, and we're just super thankful.
Legends that brought a whole community together.
This team united the whole community. And listen, from the caravan, as you saw coming in, to the folks that represented us at Rupp Arena throughout this week, this team brought the whole community together, and to celebrate them on a special night like this is just something that I'll personally never forget.
To remember one of the best teams to ever represent Harlan County. A celebration that exemplifies what it means to have Black Bear pride.
That just shows their support that they have for us and the love that they have for us, and we really do appreciate it, and we couldn't do it without them.
In Harlan County, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
The annual Derby Museum Hat Show took place Sunday at the Kentucky Derby Museum. The event featured 5 local milliners who got to walk the runway in some of their favorite hats. After the show, attendees got to meet the milliners, check out their designs, and start planning their Derby outfits. Every year, the Hat Show gives a preview of new trends that are expected to be popular at the Derby. And with this year being the 150th, the possibilities are endless. Over the weekend, guests were able to pick out their own containers and choose from an array of various succulents and cacti in this one-of-a-kind event from a Western Kentucky University alumni. Jill Thornell took the pandemic as a time to start a new business venture, and she is now the owner of Classy Cactus. The home base for her business is in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, but she has expanded to pop-up shops.
But this year, I had the opportunity. I have some friends here in Bowling Green and just got to talking, and they're like, you should come and set up here in Bowling Green, and it's only an hour and a half. So that's really what started the journey of doing these pop-ups. From Bowling Green, because we were here last month and it was so successful. This one is so successful. We're traveling to Chattanooga, Tennessee, Evansville, Indiana.
Thornell says cacti and succulents thrive on conflict and encourages anyone that wants to come and get their hands dirty.
And who doesn't like to get their hands dirty? Come on, gotta have a green thumb, a little creativity outside. Mother Nature helps you all the time. Greens things up, gets the water out there. Okay, sometimes you gotta grab a hose, right? Not this morning. It's cool and it's a Monday. pretty much 40s and yes, some lower 50s. A few of us, though, are in the 30s, like Manchester at 38, 34 at Ashland. And those of you watching crossing the state line to extreme western portions of Virginia here, low and mid 30s, Grundy, Clintwood, and Wise. All right, satellite radar composite. Waves of clouds on the overnight period. Beautiful full moon officially at 3 a.m. this morning. Some radar returns, ignore them because we're keeping it dry the entire day. So the travel forecast for this morning, partly sunny, heading for the afternoon. I think the breeze is going to be noticeable, and that's the reason why we do have the elevated fire risk for today. A forecast high today in Hazard to 73. More about your First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
Thank you, Tim, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Still to come, inhalers could see a steep price decrease after a recent investigation.